So hello guys and welcome to a little bit of tranquility here in Weymouth. And this is a very nice view, of course, but I've got another view for you to come today. Now, of course, I'm holding my microphone in my hand, which looks a little bit silly, but I probably need to get myself a little microphone or something to look a little bit more official, because today I officially tell you I'm back French, and I bought a very rare unicorn. It was very weird how the situation happened, but we'll talk at a later date about the story of the car. What we will do as I won't keep you any longer, I'll show you the car because it's rather cool. And initially you're going to think, is it really a unicorn? But as I get more into it, you'll see exactly why this car is certainly a unicorn. But for now, enjoy the views because you've got another good nice French view coming. It's official. I own another French scrapper, and to the offset, you're probably thinking, oh, it's just a C5. And of course, C5s are fairly rare, more in the estate, but still you're thinking, what's so unicorn about it? Now, what you probably can't see, I'm going to put a little clip over this, is this paintwork is very rare. Now, this colour combination only came on the 407 Coupe and the C5s. And when you got this specific colour, it came with a specific colour interior as well. So this is called Albus Blue, which is super rare. It only makes the car a little bit rarer. And the interior, you're going to see now, is a sort of creamy mushroom colour. Now, some of you are thinking, whoa, that is disgraceful. And I'm on the fence line with it at the moment, and I think at some point some future amendments are going to have to be made in terms of making it a little bit less creamy inside, because it's certainly not very practical for the things that I do. But for now, it's staying as it is. But obviously, comment below and let me know what you think about my extravagantly cream interior. Now, the only other thing to add to it is it doesn't really make the car in any way rarer, but obviously, if you can't see, I've got some fairly weathered diamond cut wheels. Now these are, of course, the optional extras. These are the 19s, and these are, I think they're called Alan Treek. I'm not too sure. It's definitely more French than I can pronounce it. But these are an optional extra, and they were spec on any bike you wanted to in the range, but they came on the exclusive especially. So they're also quite rare. So we've got the colour theme here. We've also got the wheels. Now, there's another thing that's sort of hiding about. Now, I'll show you some clips as I'm talking around the car, because obviously you're going to want to see exactly, or try and work out what exactly is so big about this car. So I'm going to leave you thinking for just a moment. Now, this is a 2010. It's a pre-facelift, or it's a very late stage pre-facelift. And obviously, there's lots of stuff I want to get done to it. So without further ado, let's move to the next shot, which will show you the icing on the cake to this car, because not only have we got a very comfortable hydropneumatic suspension powered state, which is super good, so super smooth, super comfortable and practical, we've also got something else that makes it, well, I would say the ultimate French unicorn, and probably the ultimate modern day Citroen. Fight me in the comments if you think I'm wrong. So if you guessed it right, then you're amazing, because there's only two real giveaways with this car that suggest it's got a V6 under the bonnet. Now, the two are the front brakes, if you didn't know, on the C5, 340mm on all of the V6 models, including the 2.2s, to add to that as well. All the 2 litres and smaller engines didn't have those brakes. So that's the first thing. And secondly, probably more noticeable, the twin exhaust tips on the back. They are real exhaust tips, mind. And the exhaust on the back is also on, again, the 2.2. And some of the later stage AdBlue bits, but those specific exhaust tips are only for the V6. So if you spotted those, you knew. And don't be mistaken with this being the earlier 2.7 HDI. This is indeed the 3 litre HDI, which is the DT20. And if you didn't know, they only bought about 150 of these units over to the UK in a variety of different colours and trims. And this probably makes it one of the most uncommon of the 3 litre HDIs due to the colour configuration. It's certainly quite unusual. But yeah, this is the peach, the motor you want in any of your big Citroens or your big Peugeots. And I think it really helps to finish off the overall exclusivity and rarity of this car. So I'm sure a lot of you are going to be quite excited in the comments about this car, because not only has it got the engine that everyone loves, but it's also quite unusual. But while we're here, I thought we'd walk around and talk about everything that's not so good about my Citroen, because there are a few things. And overall, it's great. I hope you're not judging me on the paint condition and all that sort of stuff, because I haven't had a chance to touch it. I've only had it for over a week. Chill out, leave me to it. Things are going to come. So yeah, let's walk around the car and talk about the things that need to be changed. So the first thing that needs to be done is these are glorious wheels, but they are in desperate need of refurbishment. So this is happening very soon, in fact. This is literally happening only a few days after this video was made, so I'm excited for that. As you can see, the main issue with them is there's a bit of curbing on some of them, but the original diamond cut faces on the spokes are absolutely decimated. So I would imagine, looking at it, these potentially could be original, or they've been done once in between new and now, because they are still okay in places, but obviously overall they're pretty poor. So that goes for the entirety of the wheels around the car. So these are actually getting refurbished in a few weeks' time. So these are actually getting refurbished in a few days' time, and you're going to get to see the full video of that. So that is super exciting. So inside the car, there's one issue you can see here. Yeah, rather annoying. So when I bought it, the roof was actually slid all the way back. So this is a panoramic electric roof, and it was hidden up at the back. So obviously I didn't realise it was broken into separate pieces until I went to open it, and only this piece came out. So this is the motorised part, and obviously the rest of them are connected on hinges, and it slides backwards and forwards. So I don't know what I'm going to do as a fix for that. Again, I'm looking for your comments on what you guys think I should do. So there's basically two things really. It's three things. It's to leave it as is, repair it, or to leave the glass open and tint it. Now, due to the fact this is the summer and it's warm, I've decided to temporarily electrically slide this one forwards and pull the other ones out. So I've got a sort of, so the roof's covered at the moment because it's very warm. Obviously bits of it where it's been damaged are hanging down, so I need to sort that out. That's something to do. So really I'm stuck with two options, which is to remove the entire headliner and the mechanism and fit a new one, which I'd imagine is going to be expensive and quite labour intensive. And I bet you this roof liner won't go back on properly, so it might look even worse than it did, even though it's then functional. And then the other option is to manually move the pieces back and put the electric slider bit back, and then have it open all the time, which would be nice, but I'd probably have to get it heavily tinted on the inside, this glass piece here, to sort of reduce the sun glare. And again, I'd have to see how that goes. Even with it being tinted, it still might be too unbearable with the heat coming through. If I'm honest, it's glass at the end of the day, and I think regardless of tint, it's still going to come through very heavily. So yeah, it's not really ideal. So yeah, rims, wear and tear stuff. The roof again's wear and tear. I've never actually had one of these on any of my vehicles with any sort of issue, so it's quite sad actually to finally have found one like it. But at the end of the day, it's not really a big issue. It's still a lot of car for the money, and I'm super happy with it as it is. Other things to mention that I need to sort really. Isn't really that important. The radio resets its date every day, so there's a power issue / radio issue there, or memory issue with the radio. The sat nav GPS unit doesn't work, so we need to replace the GPS unit. But I think that's probably what's putting the timeout, because a lot of the time it's based off your GPS. So if the GPS unit's out, then I'd imagine that's why the sat nav's out. But yeah, there's nothing to really talk about other than that. I'll walk you around the car. There's a few imperfections here and there, but overall it's really decent, if I'm honest. So there we are. As we walk and talk around the car, in terms of any imperfections or damage, of course, we've already mentioned the wheels. The headlights themselves have got a slight bit of yellowing happening on the top here, again quite common for any plastic headlight. But these are actually going to be replaced soon, so I'm not going to touch these. These are going to be swapped out for a set of facelift lights with DRLs at some point, which I didn't on my previous car, which looked really fancy. I'll throw a photo in there. And the only actual bit of damage, or well, marking, is there's a little scratch along here and a culmination of scratches here. But that's it. It's as clean as it is, guys. Obviously, you know, as all cars do, it needs a good polish. But yeah, it's great. As you can see up close, the colour's gorgeous, minus the swirls. This has got a crack in, so I probably need to get a new mirror cover and get that painted, but that shouldn't be too difficult. And yeah, it's honestly as clean as it looks, guys. It really is. Really superb. And this isn't clean, this is quite dusty now anyway. Quite dirty. But yeah, it's alright. On the boot, it's a little bit of bubbling, so I'm going to have to get that sanded back. Take the light out and sand it back. Same with here's a few blotches. But I'm really picking here, really, guys. It's actually superb. And like I said, once this colour had a bit of a polish and things, it's really going to show up superbly nicely. And once this has had a really good polish, it's going to look even better than it already does. Interior wise, there's a little bit of wear here on the door handles. But overall, obviously I'm going to change the mats because I can't have cream mats, but overall it's actually really clean. The previous owner did take a lot of effort into keeping the carpets and the seats really clean. As we come through to the back as well, you'll see that follows through. You'll see that follows through in the back. It is really clean in here. So like I said, the little minor issues outweigh the others, if I'm honest. And the other issue I've got in both of these doors here, you're now going to see, is they don't stay open. So this door needs a new unit in it. You know, the ones which holds the door open. Yeah. So it needs one in this one. And that's also the same, annoyingly, on the driver's door. But this is a bit better because it's a bit more weighted, but as you can see, yeah. But that's it. So far, guys, in terms of modifications, nothing's really happened so far. I have fitted a set of spacers I had laying around, 20s front and rear, but wider spacers are going to be needed. I'll show you how they sit, or how it sits on 20s. The front, if I'm honest, I'm going to go for a 25mm, it's pretty much there. And then the rear, I would say needs a 30 with the standard wheel setup. And I'm also soon to be changing tyres with the wheels. So these old cross climates are going to be coming off, and they are a 245 40/19, and I will be fitting a 245 45/19, which will give me a little bit of height off the ground, but will also fill up the arches out a little bit more to give me a bit more fitment for when it's sat low like this at all of the shows. But other than the window tints that I've done and the wind deflectors, which some people don't like, it's, well, and all the bulbs that you can't see, it's pretty much standard at the moment. But of course, a remap and other modifications, exhaust and so forth, will be coming in the future. But for now, the wheels are getting done in a few days' time, and I cannot wait. New tyres, new wheels. Don't know what paint colour yet, I'm still undecided, but I am super excited to see the end result for that. So there we are, guys. That is my C5 exclusive touring, and it is, in my opinion, a French unicorn. And also, like I said, I feel like it's one of the best modern day Citroens, modern-ish day Citroens you can buy. And guys, yeah, this is the beginning of a series where I hope to keep a car for more than 6 months, because this needs to happen. But this does fulfill every need that I need in a vehicle, where it can be driven at normal road height for all the adventures and stuff I go on, but also sit on its ass and be stancy with all their stancy boys for all of the car shows and things like that. So yeah, a lot is to come, a lot is to change. It's all going to come fairly quickly as well. I have a new video out in the next coming few weeks of the wheel transformation on this wheel and tyre package setup, along with the new spacers, so you'll have the final look of that. It's going to be looking like a very cool stancy boy, I must say. But until then, guys, leave a comment below, let me know what you think about my car. Was it a waste of money, or was it a good buy? Even though it's got a few niggles, there's lots of things I can work on the way, and really I think it is an amazing car, regardless of all the little niggles it may have at the moment. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this first video, and I'm super excited to show you more about my Citroen C6 X7 3 litre HDI.